Right in the heart of Europe, almost exactly in the middle of the continent, lies a remarkable nation that feels noticeably different from the rest of Europe. A place where the echoes of early Germanic culture still linger in the air. This country is Czechia, better known as the Czech Republic. It's a landlocked territory with around 11 million residents surrounded by multiple European neighbors. Germany sits to the west, one of Europe's most advanced nations. To the south are Austria and Slovakia, and to the north, the border is shared with Poland. With a total size of only about 78,000 square kilometers, exploring Czechia, especially its capital, is surprisingly simple. That capital, familiar to nearly everyone, is Prague, located in the northern interior of the country. Prague is usually the first destination for travelers arriving in Czechia. Like countless landlocked cities across the world, Prague was built along a river. The Vltava River cuts directly through the city. It stretches for 430 kilometers and is one of the few rivers known for flowing from south to north, almost as if in reverse. The people of Czechia created such an elegant capital around this river that from above, the mixture of ancient structures, calm waters, and green scenery resembles a beautifully crafted painting. Most of daily life in Prague happens on the eastern bank of the river. Old Town, the National Museum, and the iconic Dancing House are all located there. The western side is more residential, filled with offices and local housing areas. The city is split into districts like Prague 1, Prague 2, Prague 5, and moving around these zones is incredibly easy thanks to the metro. It takes just a few minutes to travel from one end to the other. No matter the line, trains rarely feel uncomfortably crowded. A new metro arrives roughly every 10 minutes, giving Prague a smooth, efficient, and stress-free transportation network. One important tip is to stand on the right side of escalators. The left side is for people who need to move quickly to catch or exit a train. Blocking the left side is considered impolite. And like many cities in Europe, you won't see turnstiles in the metro. However, you must still buy a ticket from the machines at the entrances. Thankfully, public transport is very cheap. The national currency is the Czech Koruna, and a metro ticket costs about 20 Koruna, less than €1. Roughly speaking, 100 Koruna equals about 4 euros. If you ride without a ticket and an inspector checks you, expect a fine of up to 50 euros, a penalty that definitely hurts. Besides the metro, taxis are used throughout Prague, but one needs to be cautious. Uber and official taxi companies are reliable, but independent drivers sometimes overcharge visitors. For example, an unregistered taxi from the airport to the city center, roughly 15 kilometers, can cost more than 50 euros. Many of these drivers are migrant workers from South Asia, so always confirm the price before entering, or simply use Uber to avoid problems. Trams are another essential part of Prague's transportation system. In fact, trams form the backbone of mobility in many European cities, and Prague is no exception. Tracks run through nearly every major street, allowing fast and cheap travel between districts or across the river. Trams are frequent, and because of the wide network, overhead cables are visible almost everywhere. Yet they are arranged neatly and don't feel chaotic. Cars and trams share the roads, but trams always have priority. If you drive in Czechia, you must never block a tram line or attempt to cut ahead of one. While waiting for trams, you'll often see locals reading books, a small detail that reflects the country's strong educational background. The official language is Czech, closely related to Slovak, and considered one of the more difficult European languages to learn. Educational statistics are impressive. The vast majority of the population has completed secondary school, and literacy rates are extremely high. This places Czechia among the most educated nations globally. Another reason Prague looks so well preserved is that it suffered minimal damage during the World Wars. Nearly every corner displays a different architectural style blended with modern-looking residence. Most Czech people have fair skin and light-colored eyes. Their ancestry traces back to Celts, Germanic tribes, and South Slavs, groups that lived in the region centuries ago. After the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, Czechs and Slovaks combined to form Czechoslovakia. In 1992, Slovakia chose independence, and the separation was peaceful. Since January 1st, 1993, the nation has officially been called the Czech Republic. It joined NATO in 1999 and the European Union in 2004. The Czech flag is also distinctive, featuring red, white, and blue. Originally, the flag was simply white and red stripes, identical to Poland's. To differentiate it, a blue triangle was added on the left, representing Slavic heritage and the Moravia region. This later became the flag of Czechoslovakia. After the split, the Czech Republic kept the flag. The colors symbolize honesty, loyalty, justice, and peace. If you plan to visit Czechia today, there are several things to remember beyond taxi scams. First, avoid exchanging money at the airport. The exchange rate is extremely unfavorable. And it's not just airports. Many exchange offices across Prague advertise 0% commission but give very low rates. For example, if 100 euros normally give you 2,500 koruna, some places offer only 2,100 or 2,200, causing an instant loss of 12 to 15 euros. Using ATMs is not much better. Machines owned by companies like Euronet often apply poor rates similar to exchange offices. Although Czechia is part of the EU, it still uses its own currency, which often leads tourists to lose money due to hidden fees and bad conversion rates. Another thing to remember is that European summers are not always warm or consistent. Even in June, July, and August, Czechia can be chilly and rainy. You might see locals wearing long sleeves during midsummer simply because the weather demands it. A sunny afternoon can suddenly turn into a cold, rainy evening. This is why many Europeans travel to places like Greece or Turkey for guaranteed warm weather. Meanwhile, newcomers to Czechia who struggle to find employment often begin as delivery couriers for companies like Wolt. These bike couriers, recognized by their large blue delivery bags, usually earn around 1,000 euros per month and are common sights throughout Prague. Someone working a full-time 40-hour week earns a minimum monthly salary of around 19,000 koruna, roughly 750 euros. Research suggests the average gross salary is around 40,000 koruna, about 1,600 euros. But with taxes between 15% and 23%, even skilled workers often take home only 2,000 to 3,000 euros. Depending on where you live, these numbers might sound high, but for people earning and spending in Czechia, this doesn't create a luxurious lifestyle. Consider housing in Prague. Sharing a flat might cost around 8,000 koruna, roughly 300 euros. Renting an entire one-bedroom apartment of around 40 square meters or more costs at least 25,000 koruna, close to 1,000 euros. This can easily consume half of the average monthly salary. So no, Prague is not cheap to live in. Compared to Western Europe, it's still affordable. But having your own apartment can quickly drain your income. And although locals appear cheerful and polite, they too face the pressures of modern living. Still, they remain warm toward tourists, often smiling, greeting strangers, or posing for photos. Another detail stands out. Many people under 25 have noticeable tattoos. Czech youth love creative, bold, and unconventional looks. On the streets, it's common to see 1 out of every 5 people with visible tattoos. It's a form of personal expression in a country where individual freedom is taken seriously. People can use cannabis, gamble, dress however they want, and generally live without much interference. You'll even see people wearing outfits that catch everyone's attention. Another surprising fact: Czechia is among the most atheist countries on the planet. Some studies show that around 90% of young people aged 16 to 29 identify as non-religious, even more than Estonia or Sweden. Other research suggests about 40% of the population does not believe in any creator at all. Around 30% prefer not to declare their beliefs. Among the religious minority, most identify as Christian or Catholic. This decline in religious practice is often traced back to the communist era when Czechoslovakia was under Soviet influence. Like Albania, religious activities and churches were heavily restricted. Over time, society grew distant from religion, and the trend continued across generations. Today, religious identity plays almost no role in everyday life. Trying to convince a Czech person using religion is nearly impossible, like trying to grab smoke with your hands. There is also a surprising reality about the Czech Republic that many people don't expect. Alongside Hungary, this small Central European nation is one of Europe's most significant producers of adult films. Remember, the country has only about 10.5 million people, less than 1% of the world's population, yet produces around 13% of global adult content. A 2019 study showed that Czechia and Hungary lead Europe in this industry. Walk through Prague long enough, and the friendly stranger passing by might actually be involved in the industry. If you live in the city for a while, odds are that someone in your circle, maybe a friend or acquaintance, works as an actor, producer, or assistant. Why such a small country became so prominent in this field remains a mystery. Life in Czechia is relatively stable, yet many women join the industry simply for quick earnings. Many even travel to major markets like the United States. Locals will often tell you the same thing. It's easy money. There's no pressure or force, just a personal decision. Surprisingly, Czech society barely discusses this topic. Even tourists visiting Prague have no idea that the country plays a huge role in that global industry. Putting that aside, there are many more ordinary facts about the country. For example, Czechs aren't particularly obsessed with football or basketball. In many regions, if football isn't that popular, basketball becomes the main sport, like Serbia or Lithuania. In the US, basketball is massive, while football takes a back seat. But in Czechia, neither dominates. This country is absolutely in love with ice hockey. The Czech men's national hockey team is among the strongest worldwide. Many top players in international leagues are Czech, including the legendary Jaromír Jágr. The professional Czech hockey league runs from September to April, with 14 teams, and the entire nation follows it passionately. But Czechia is not just hockey players and adult film actors. The country has contributed greatly to science as well. Vision problems are extremely common today, and it was a Czech chemist who invented contact lenses. Johan Mendel, the father of genetics, was from here, and Franz Kafka, the famous writer whose works explore identity and alienation, was also born in this region. Even the term robot originated here, first used by a Czech playwright to describe a soulless being performing unwanted human labor. If you ever visit Prague, you'll find the world's narrowest street in the historic Malá Strana district. The path is so narrow that traffic lights are installed at both ends. It's only around 10 meters long and less than a meter wide, just 48 centimeters to be exact. It's essentially a staircase leading to a restaurant and is far too narrow for two people to walk side by side. Something else might surprise you. Prague is home to one of Europe's largest Jewish quarters. According to legend, Adolf Hitler wanted to create a museum dedicated to what he considered an extinct culture. For that reason, he chose not to destroy Prague's Jewish quarter during World War II. Many people still believe this story today. And indeed, the Nazis never bombed Prague, which is why the city's architecture remains so incredibly preserved. As for Czech culture, there's one thing you absolutely need to know: Czechs adore mushrooms. It might sound unusual, but the average household collects up to 8 kilograms of mushrooms each year. If you see someone wandering through a forest with a basket, they are almost certainly gathering mushrooms. They are even called the meat of the poor. Families that can't always afford expensive ingredients often add mushrooms to soups, stews, casseroles, virtually anything. With around 35 edible species available, most Czechs know precisely which ones are safe. On the other hand, you will notice a number of beggars, especially in areas full of tourists. But they have a distinctive posture, kneeling with their heads touching the ground while asking for money. Many are middle-aged men accompanied by dogs that lie quietly beside them. Despite the large number of tourists, Prague remains extremely safe. No one pressures you to give money. Czechia consistently ranks among the safest European countries. Police presence is minimal, and some patrol cars are even left empty. Cleanliness is another thing you'll spot right away. Even hidden alleys are tidy. Prague's parks, museums, and tourist zones are maintained with great care. Shopkeepers often sweep outside their stores early each morning, and city workers clean the streets throughout the day. And of course, stylish cities usually come with stylish cars. Škoda, Czechia's most famous automotive brand, dominates the streets. Although Škoda is now owned by Volkswagen, it remains a symbol of Czech pride. You'll see countless new Škoda models in Prague, especially SUVs like the Kodiaq. Most cars on the road are from 2020 onward, with plenty of German cars mixed in. One of modern Prague's most recognizable landmarks is the Dancing House, often compared to the Eiffel Tower in terms of symbolism. Built between 1994 and 1996, the structure consists of a glass tower supported by curved pillars and another wavy tower facing the river. Its unique design creates the illusion of movement. Inside, visitors will find cafes and restaurants offering beautiful views of the river and city. Other must-see attractions in Prague include Old Town Square, Prague Castle, Charles Bridge, and the Astronomical Clock. Every hour, the clock performs a small mechanical show. According to legend, the king was so impressed by the clock's creator, a man named Hanuš, that after other kings wanted similar clocks, he ordered the craftsman to be blinded so he could never recreate it. Heartbroken, Hanuš climbed the tower and jumped, but not before damaging the clock so severely that no one could fix it for 50 years. Charles Bridge is covered with statues and connects Old Town to Prague Castle. Until 1741, it was the only bridge over the Vltava River. Over time, many statues deteriorated, so the originals were moved to museums and replaced with replicas. The same happened with the carvings on the astronomical clock, which suffered from years of weather damage. Today, the bridge is filled with artists drawing portraits and caricatures for around €50. Others perform music or entertain crowds in exchange for tips. The tourists you'll see most often here are Arabs and Asians, especially Koreans, Japanese, and Chinese, following their tour guides across the city. Many foreign workers, on the other hand, come from the Philippines, India, and Bangladesh. Another famous attraction is the Lenin Wall. After John Lennon's death in 1980, fans began covering this wall with colorful graffiti and words of peace. Today, it remains one of Prague's most iconic landmarks. Another thing you'll notice: cannabis shops everywhere. Nearly every 100 meters you'll find one, giving the city a slight resemblance to Amsterdam. While certain cannabis products are permitted, locals say many of these stores sell tourist-oriented items with very low potency and almost no real THC. A popular Czech YouTuber even tested them and revealed how many shops mislead customers. Many stores won't allow filming inside. Even in major fast food chains, bathrooms are often not free. Many places charge around 20 Koruna, roughly €1, through a small turnstile system. And of course, Czechia is one of the top beer-consuming nations in the world. Beer can literally be cheaper than water. A small cafe might sell a fresh draft beer for just around €1. Prices vary based on size and alcohol percentage, but the beer culture here is taken very seriously. In the end, the Czech Republic, Prague in particular, is one of the best places to experience a medieval European atmosphere blended with modern living. It's safe, welcoming, clean, and packed with character. The people are friendly, stylish, and open-minded. Whatever your reason for visiting, you'll always find something that fits your budget and interests. That's everything about Czechia for this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.